Hi there, Henry Smith here from IamWealthyandRich.com. Thank you for joining me today. And this in my daily update videos. So this is about a journey of an investor, that is myself, from building an investment portfolio, just watching it grow on a day-to-day basis, and the thought processes that go through that process. And investments are really not that difficult, really. All you really need to do is maintain, shall we say, nerves of steel, or by the way of saying it, the right mindset, the right attitude through that journey, and you'll come out on top. A lot of people aren't cut out for investing. A lot of people, don't make it as an investor, even though they're in the same market, they've got the same opportunity, because of the wrong mindset. There are two sides to this. There's the investment strategy, knowing what to invest in, and that's very important, because if you invest in the wrong thing, you won't get anywhere. But also having the right mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, you won't know when to invest and how long to stay in, and what to do when the market seems to go, topsy-turvy. So it's a journey, an interesting journey, and like I said, it takes the right mindset and the right investment strategy working in tandem to make that happen. But before I continue, I'm not a disclaimer, so I've got to do the disclaimer. I'm not a financial planner or financial advisor. Neither am I an accountant or CPA or anything like that. So I'm just showing or talking about what works for me, what has worked for me, what continues to work for me. So please do your own research, your own due diligence before making any decisions. And also understand that all investments do carry a degree of risk. So do understand that investments can rise as well as fall, and do not invest more money than you can afford to lose. So what I've been doing is that I started this investment a while ago. This was back in May last year. Although the mindset strategy and exercises which go along with this were actually started a few months before that, in February 2020. But the actual investment was started in May, and it's been watching it grow and expand and contract, which is what it does. And the journey's not over yet, because this is actually there's a cycle, and the cycle hasn't finished yet. So I'm watching it going on a day-to-day basis. Now, ideally, I wouldn't really be tracking this on a day-to-day basis. I have other investments I don't even look at all, but I'm doing this because I decided to document this. From February 2021, and also video document the documentation. So this is just for future use and for future case studies. But ideally, I wouldn't encourage you to look at the figures on a daily basis, because I'm not a trader. But again, this is about a journey, and the journey goes. It's a journey, not a destination. So basically, what I'm going to do right now is share my screen to do today's update. And I also talk about a few things as to what goes on in the mind of an investor, and why and how one can become a successful investor. So I'm going to talk about that afterwards. Let's just share my screen. And this is the spreadsheet I've been using. And it's a spreadsheet that started in February. So the green parts of where it's gone in is 3 columns: the altcoins, Bitcoin, and the total. And this is a cryptocurrency investment portfolio, I should mention. And so this is the most important column. So I updated them all. When they're in green, that means they've gone forward on the previous day. When they're in red, that means they've gone backwards on the previous day. So here we are on the 4th of June. So that's today's date. And I'll get my figures from this page here. So it's a cryptocurrency portfolio which consists of 1 Bitcoin and an assortment of specially selected altcoins. And this is the total on the top here. And on the right-hand side, we have the same portfolio in Great British Pound, or GBP, pound sterling. It all comes into a live feed, updated every 10 minutes or so, which just comes into an asset group, and then the final figure comes here. So I'm going to take this figure here, 145,739.31. So 135, 739, 31, 145, 739.41, I think. Is that what it was? 145, 739, 31, 31, not 41. All right, 31. And so I'll bring that down here, and that would looks like it's gone down on the previous day, so that will stay red. And the pick and green, 182, 675.15, 182, 675.15, 182, 675.15. What have we got here? 182, 675.15. Yep, that's correct. So that looks like it's gone down on yesterday. So we will color that in red. And obviously Bitcoin has gone down since yesterday. Now, like I said, if you're really being an investor, you want to look at this on a month-to-month basis, maybe 2 weeks to 2 weeks, or 3 months, not on a day-to-day basis, because it's not really how you should judge a crypto investment. But I'm just doing it because I've got to track every single day for what I'm doing. That's the reason why. Otherwise, I wouldn't do that. But okay, so that's the figures there. So basically, what I want to talk to you about today is about financial freedom. In fact, let me just share my screen here. Share my screen. I just talk about, because I like to talk about financial freedom. A lot of people want to talk about financial freedom. Hold on, let me share the screen here. All right, so, who wants financial freedom? A lot of people want financial freedom, okay? And it's really interesting. This is about how to be financially free. And how to become financially free is something that so many people aspire to, but never seem to attain. You need to kind of understand what constitutes financial freedom. And this is probably going to have to go into several videos because it's a very long discussion. I can't cover everything in one video. Having, what is having the money and the time to do what you want to do when you want to do it, which would be a fair definition of financial freedom. Everybody wants it, okay? I've never spoken to anyone that said they don't want that. So, and then there may be one person out of a million that doesn't want financial freedom, but everybody wants it, okay? And they want to be financially free. They want to have the time and the mind to do what they want to do. But, there's a coping survey that talks about how people cope with accumulating wealth throughout their life. Out of the population of 100 people, 80% struggle with financial creation, wealth creation. 80% struggle, okay? 15% just manage, they get by, they manage. But 80% struggle, so that forms what we call the 95% group. 95% of people struggle or manage or just manage to get by. But they go they rob Peter to pay Paul, they have credit cards, or like I said, they just struggle financially. Yet 4% become financially independent. They have a nice home, nice car, nice good money in the bank account. They can go on nice vacations and holidays. They have everything that they need, everything that they want, really, everything that they want. And then 1% are totally financially free. They have a lot of money, a lot of resources. Many of them have more than one home. Some of them have many homes, many cars. Many, they're able to donate to charities in large quantities. And but it's only about, but the financially independent and financially free amount to about 5% of the population. So even if you were to take just that 5%, that's 1 in 9. That's 1 in 20. 1 in 20 are either financially independent or financially free. So if you want to be either in the top 5%, That means you have to, that's 1 in 20, as I said. That means you have to be doing something different than the other 19 people around you. You have to do something different. You can't be doing what if you're in a group of 20, one of you are going to be financially independent or wealthy. What are you doing different than the other 19? You need to ask yourself that question. All right, or you know which group you're going to end up in. And what's stopping most people from achieving financial freedom? All right, that's a very in-depth question, because everybody starts off in the beginning. If I ask all of the 100% population when they were like 16, how do you think your life is going to turn up? They'll always say they're going to be financially free. Okay, but when it gets to near the end of their life, in the 60s, the 50s, 60s, there's a gap. There's the things start to. There seems to be a gap in society. So what happens? What's stopping people from achieving what they said they want to achieve? And it's the decisions they make on a daily basis. Okay, what they do with their time, and also the wrong mindset. The decisions they make on a daily basis is those things that accumulate over a lifetime. Those little decisions accumulate over a lifetime to create that life that you've created. Okay, so everything you do on a daily basis is what constitutes to whether you would reach, a life with financial freedom or financial independence. What you do with your time. What are you doing with your time? You spend your time watching television, or you spending your time studying on learning a new craft, learning a new skill, refining a new talent, learning financial literacy. What do you do with your time? You spend it reading the paper, reading novels. People do playing sports, playing video games. It all depends on what you do with your time, and then the mindset that you have while you're doing it. Okay. Also, the 24-hour time trap is what affects a lot of people. Okay. Capitalization trap. And there are 3 real income models, in which I'm not going to cover the other 2. I'm going to cover 1 here because we don't have the time. So the employment or self-employment which is the 1 income model. Most people are either employed to make their money through being employed, or self-employed. The other method I'll have to cover in another video, and the other 2 methods. So both are subject to the 24-hour time trap. We trade time for money, so have limited access to capital. Right? So you get paid for 8, 12, or even 18 hours a day. You'll always max out. If you get paid for 8 hours of work a day, there's a limit to what you can earn, because you're paid per hour, basically. Even if it's a salary, it doesn't matter. 12 hours or 18 hours, it's still, you'll max out, because you can't work 24 hours a day. You can't work 48 hours a day. Okay. Because like I said, there's only 24 hours in a day. So there's always be a limit on how much you can make. Or you'll all be subject to limits, very stringent limits, and very seemingly unfair limits. Okay. But what if there's a system where you can get paid for 48, 96, even 240 hours work in a day? Now you can overcome 24-hour time trap, right? And that's the first step to becoming financially free. Some people working the kind of work that they're doing, they know, okay, they're earning 50,000 a year. What they would earn in their career, I don't know what that would be, 500,000, a million in a career. So what would take them 30 years to earn 1.5 million or 2 million? What if somebody could earn that in a year? What it would take somebody, like I said, 30 years to earn, or 40 years, 2 million. What if you could earn that, in a year? What's taken somebody 30 or 40 years to earn, because they're not subject to the time trap. So there's the first step is to overcome, to become financially free, is to overcome the 24-hour time trap, to which most people are subject to. There's a great billionaire once said, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Okay, that was said by J. Paul Getty. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Most people want to earn 100% of their own. Let me just earn on what I can do. And by doing that, you'll remain poor. That's just to be blunt with you. You'll remain poor. So how's about a system that can, if you invested, let's say, 10,000, could turn it into 1.14 million? Okay, that is not being subject to the 24-hour time trap. Most people can get access to 10,000. They can. They buy a car. Okay, so don't tell me you can't get access to 10,000. They go on vacations. They save up. They have things around that they sold. Most people can get their hands on 10,000. And if they could turn that into 1.1 million, let's say over a year, and then do the same thing with that money, take 100,000 and maybe turn it into 10 million, they would absolutely, they wouldn't be subject to the time trap, and they could make money exponentially without what is considered what I would have to do in a job to earn that kind of money in a year. Imagine what would you have to do in a job to earn that kind of money in a year. You understand? They pay you more than 10,000. Yeah, in the next year, you're still going to earn the same 50,000 or same 40,000 or whatever it is the average wage is. All right. Whereas, imagine if you could take 10,000, just part of your annual salary, and turn it into over a million. Well, that's what's absolutely possible. Okay, if you use the right system. Okay, so if you're interested in financial freedom, okay, that appeals to you, well, I encourage you to take your first step, because like I said, you've got to get some things in place first. You've got to stop thinking like the 95%. You've got to start cleansing your mind from 95% thinking and start thinking like the 5%ers, And I'm going to show you exactly how you can start doing that right now. I'm going to talk about this, many videos in the future, but I'll show you how to take the first steps. Okay, so how do you take the first steps? What you do is you go to this site here. Share my screen again. You go to www.IamWealthyandRich.com. Go to IamWealthyandRich.com and you learn how to understand the game of money and play it well. Most people are going to live their life poor and die poor because they don't understand. They never took the time to understand the game of money, yet alone play it well. Okay, so this is the first step, and this step will not cost you anything. It's absolutely free. Okay, if you scroll down here, you get your millionaire. Let's highlight that properly. Millionaire Mindset Investment Strategy for free right now. Put in your name and email address. I'll send you access to a free training that uses free resources. Okay, that I show you how I use those free resources with the training. Use them exactly the way I train you how to use them, and that will now get you in gear and ready for the opportunity, and where you can turn, 10 figures into 10,000 into 7 figures. Okay, and that also means even if you didn't have 10,000, I mean the same maths would apply. If you had 1,000, you can turn it into 100,000. You see, if you lived your life like that and had opportunities like that, you would not be subject to what you earn per hour or what you're been designated to earn per year as a salary. You would supersede that limitation, and that's how you become financially free. People who are financially free are not restricted by per hourly incomes or annual salary incomes. If you're restricted, you want to live your life by those rules, well, you'll be in the 95% for the rest of your life. club for the next rest of your life. So to get started, get in here, get your information, get started, and then if you want to find out more about the advanced strategy of how to, you can contact us by email, and we can get you on a webinar that can show you exactly how you can turn 10,000 into 1 million. Okay, so and so I'm gonna just leave that there. So you've got this thing. Don't forget, IamWealthyandRich.com. I'm wealthy and rich, by the way, doesn't mean me. It's about you. You are wealthy and rich. So you say it. When you say that word, you're talking about you. And I know even if you're not attained wealth and riches yet, you still say it. Still say it. Still affirm it. Okay, speak it into existence. Okay, and you'll find out more about that in the training. So anyway, that's all for today. I want to thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and all that stuff. And also, yeah, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This has been Henry Smith from IamWealthyandRich.com. Have a great and fantastic and prosperous day. Bye.